Okay, seeing as how today is the last day of the year, I figured it would be a good time to talk about my favorite games of 2026. I'm only going to do three of them because I only played like three of the ones that came out this year. The first one is Doom: The Dark Ages. I'm a huge Doom fan. I played Doom, the 2016 version, the newer, revitalized version of it, and then I played Doom Eternal. I thought both were great. I thought Doom: The Dark Ages was a good prequel. However, I will say that if I was to recommend anybody to play the new Doom franchise, I would tell them to start with that just because, from a gameplay perspective, you're much more like a tank and much more like you're meant to kind of stay in one place and fight from that specific spot, and on top of the parries, because that's not something that they really do. I don't think they do it at all in the other Doom games. But it is a good prequel. It is a good introduction to the franchise, and then obviously you jump right into Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. The next one, and this was probably my most anticipated release of 2025, is Hades 2. I played Hades 1. I played a boatload of Hades 1. I loved it so much. The story, the combat, everything. I had a really good build with Athena's shield and the dodge. It was amazing, and I'm loving Hades 2. I've beaten Kronos a couple times. The other guy, on the other hand, I don't want to spoil anything. I've had some trouble. I've yet to beat him, but still a fun time. And I would argue my favorite game of the year, probably between this and Hades 2, is Expedition 33. Now, I know that they went under some recent controversy, given that they use a little bit of generative AI for their texture uses to place hold textures, if I understand. The use of AI is another conversation for another time. I still think the game was amazing. Even the developers kind of went back and kind of said, hey, we didn't even really like using AI all that much, but that's, again, different conversation. Expedition 33, game of the year for me, on that and Hades 2. I loved how they approached the idea of grief, or the theme of grief, and how different people kind of interact with it. And just the other thing was that, the way things have always been, and there's a whole conversation to have on how they approach that, in the sense of, you have different people who are trying to push through this thing that's always been, and they're trying to prepare for those who come after, right? So yeah, those are my top three for 2025. Let me know yours, and I'll see you next time.